Have you ever felt like you're losing yourself in the pursuit of belonging? Like no matter how hard you try to fit in, a part of your soul remains silent, aching under the weight of superficial connections? If you've ever wondered whether the people around you are truly meant to stay, or if Allah is quietly guiding you away from what no longer serves your purpose, then this message is for you, because what I'm about to share might just change your entire perspective on relationships, faith, and your own journey. It's a reminder that the most profound protection comes when Allah removes what no longer benefits your spiritual growth. And I want you to do me a favor, comment "I love Allah" below, because by saying it aloud, you're not just affirming your love for Him, but you're also joining a community of believers who understand that true strength lies in surrendering to His divine plan. This message might be the wake-up call you've been waiting for. It might be what finally shifts your mindset, heals your heart, and guides you towards a life filled with authenticity and peace. Now let's dive deep into understanding why sometimes Allah pulls us away from certain people and circumstances. It's not because we are failing. It's not because we are being punished. Sometimes it is the greatest mercy, a divine redirection that saves us from harm, distraction, and spiritual stagnation. Many of us are living in a world where being social is seen as a measure of success. We're told that replying quickly, showing up often, and always keeping a smile on our face is what makes us valuable. Yet, beneath that surface, do we ask ourselves what it costs our soul? Do we pause to consider whether these interactions truly nourish us or if they drain us? Because the truth is, not every connection is meant to be permanent. Not every heart should have access to yours. Some relationships are only meant to serve a purpose for a chapter in your life, not the entire story. Living in a society that pushes constant social engagement can make us feel guilty for seeking solitude or distancing ourselves from certain people. But the reality is, sometimes the loudest message Allah sends us is in the silence. When you walk away from conversations that used to excite you, when you start feeling tired of fake smiles and superficial laughter, that's not weakness. That's Allah gently telling you that you've outgrown those spaces, that you need to protect your heart and your faith from environments that no longer serve your spiritual health. It's easy to question your intentions when you begin to pull back. You might wonder, am I being ungrateful? Am I abandoning my friends? Am I wrong for wanting peace? But here's the truth that Islam has already taught us, long before the world ever romanticized toxic friendships. Not every heart deserves access to yours. Sometimes Allah is removing certain people because they were only meant to be lessons, not lifelong companions. Some are there to test your patience, others to challenge your boundaries, and some to teach you what true sincerity looks like. When Allah loves His servants, He doesn't keep them stuck in the same chapter forever. Just as a good book has its seasons, your life has its own divine timing. Allah doesn't want you to keep rereading the same page of pain or disappointment. Instead, He gently and sometimes painfully disconnects you from people, places, and situations that no longer align with your growth. It's not a punishment. It's a protection. It's Allah's mercy guiding you away from what can hurt your faith, your peace, and your future. So if lately you've been avoiding calls, skipping invitations, or feeling invisible in crowds, remember that this is not a sign of weakness or failure. Often, it's a sign that healing is happening. Your soul is finally finding space to breathe, to process, and to reconnect with its true purpose. Sometimes, the loneliness you experience is not loneliness at all. It's clarity. It's Allah clearing the noise so you can finally hear your true self and His gentle call. In that silence, a powerful question begins to form in your heart. What if I've outgrown the very people I once thought I needed? What if these relationships were only meant to serve a purpose for a season and not for forever? It's a terrifying realization because it challenges our need for validation, for belonging, for affirmation from others. But it's also a liberating truth, because when Allah begins to remove certain people from your life, He is making space for the right ones to come. People who will truly nourish your faith, support your growth, and remind you of your worth in His eyes. It's important to understand that not everyone who starts with you is meant to finish with you. Some are merely passing through to teach you patience, resilience, or humility. Others come into your life to test your boundaries or to reveal your true character. But every single one has a purpose, and Allah's divine wisdom knows exactly when and why to bring someone into or take someone out of your life. When Allah loves us, He doesn't want us to be stuck in environments that hinder our spiritual progress. That's why He sometimes causes friendships to fade or circumstances to change. It's not because He is angry or distant. It's because He sees what we cannot see, the things that threaten our faith or distract us from our ultimate purpose. Some friendships feel like home until one day you realize they no longer do. It's not because they hurt you or because there was a fight. It's because your soul has grown and needs a different environment to thrive. That quiet pull to pull back, to retreat, or to disconnect is Allah's way of guiding you toward what is best for your spiritual journey. And here's the thing, letting go doesn't mean you hate. It doesn't mean you're ungrateful or bitter. It simply means you understand that the bridge to some people was only meant to be crossed for a season. You love them from afar. You pray for their guidance. You keep your heart open. But you don't force yourself to stay in spaces that no longer serve your faith or emotional well-being. Because true love for Allah and for yourself requires boundaries. It requires recognizing that your peace and your faith are worth more than superficial connections. You may worry about what they will think if you start to change. You might fear being labeled as distant or fake. But remember, real friends and sincere people will feel your absence and understand that your silence is an act of self-preservation. Fake friends, on the other hand, often feel offended when you withdraw because they feed off your attention and validation. But true companionship isn't about constant proximity. It's about sincerity, purpose, and mutual respect. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that a person's religion is often influenced by their close friends. So be careful who you choose to surround yourself with, because these relationships shape your character, your intentions, and ultimately your spiritual destiny. Sometimes, the person who reminds you of paradise is worth more than the 100 who invite you to sin. Sometimes, that quiet, sincere friend who respects your silence is more valuable than a crowd that leaves you feeling more alone. You are never created to be popular in the eyes of the world. You were created to be protected by Allah, and sometimes that protection means removing the noise, the false friends, and the distractions so that your heart can truly focus on what matters. That divine redirection is a sign that Allah is preparing you for something greater, a life aligned with His mercy, His guidance, and His love. Imagine that the shrinking of your circle, the silence you feel, and the loneliness that sometimes comes with it are actually signs that Allah is refining your heart, strengthening your faith, and teaching you the art of reliance on Him alone. It's a reminder that the most valuable company you can keep is with Allah, that true companionship is found in moments of solitude, spent in prayer, reflection, and seeking His forgiveness. Because when you turn your heart to Allah, the noise of the world diminishes, and peace begins to settle deep within. You were never meant to fit into every crowd or be understood by everyone. Your purpose is too sacred for that. Your journey is too unique to be shared with everyone. When Allah begins to remove those who no longer walk with you, it's not rejection, it's protection. It's divine mercy guiding you away from what could harm your faith and toward what will nourish your soul. So what should you do now? Start being selective. Not every handshake, every invitation, or every social gathering deserves your presence. Your energy and your heart are too precious to be wasted on what doesn't serve your spiritual growth. Protect your peace by guarding your environment and surrounding yourself only with those who remind you of Allah, who strengthen your faith, and who see your value in His light. Instead of chasing after the approval of others, turn your focus inward. Make remembrance of Allah, gratitude, and seeking forgiveness your daily habits. These acts will anchor you amidst the chaos of the world and fill your heart with contentment. If you feel lonely or unseen, remember that Allah sees everything you carry. He listens to your silent du'as. He understands your exhaustion and your longing for genuine connection. And most importantly, He rewards those who remain silent for His sake, trusting that His plan is always better than ours. Your silence might be more powerful than words. It might be a form of worship that Allah loves more than constant chatter. And in that silence, you are being prepared for the people, the opportunities, and the blessings that are truly meant for you. Sometimes Allah's greatest mercy is in what He takes away, because it opens space for His divine blessings to enter. The heartbreak of losing someone, the confusion of unanswered questions, and the pain of separation, all of it can feel overwhelming. But it's crucial to remember that not every removal is a punishment. Some are divine rescues, saving us from harm we cannot yet see. Sometimes the very person we're mourning was only meant to be in our story for a chapter, not the whole book. And when Allah gently takes them away, it's because He has something better in store, something that will bring us closer to Him and elevate our faith. Think of it this way. You asked Allah for protection, for clarity, for peace, and He answered in the way that's best for you, even if it stings temporarily. The emptiness, the confusion, it's all part of His mercy, shaping you into a stronger, more sincere servant. The pain of separation often reveals what truly matters, and it pushes us to turn back to Allah with even greater love and reliance. This is the essence of divine mercy. It's dressed in disappointment, loss, and heartbreak sometimes. But beneath all that is an invitation to trust Allah more deeply, to surrender more completely, and to recognize that His plans are always better than ours. When He removes what no longer serves us, it's because He sees the unseen, knows the future, and loves us more than we can imagine. You might feel like a part of you is breaking, but what is truly happening is that Allah is reconstructing your heart. He's removing the distractions, the fake friends, and the false securities so that you can rebuild your relationship with Him on firmer ground. The pain of letting go is real, but it's also necessary, because in that process you discover that true protection comes when your heart is anchored solely in the love and mercy of Allah. And as you navigate this journey, remember that the most sincere companions are those who remind you of paradise, who fear Allah in their actions, and who love you not because of what you do for them, but because they see your value in the light of faith. These rare souls are the true treasures, those who hold your name in their du'as, who never gossip about you, and who feel your absence when you're distant because their love is rooted in sincerity. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that a person's religion is often shaped by their closest friends, so be mindful of whom you choose to walk with, because the company of good, sincere friends can elevate your faith and bring you closer to Allah. It's better to have one righteous companion who fears Allah than 1,000 superficial acquaintances who only serve to distract you. Sometimes, the one who silently prays for you or respects your silence is worth more than a crowd that leaves you feeling more alone. You are not here to chase popularity or fit into every social mold. You are here to be protected, to be preserved, and to be guided. Allah's divine wisdom knows exactly when to remove what is not meant for your journey. That removal is His mercy in action, saving you from future harm and preparing you for a life of sincerity, purpose, and deep connection with Him. Imagine that the shrinking circle, the loneliness, and the silence are not signs of failure, but of divine calibration. They are signs that Allah is refining your soul, strengthening your faith, and teaching you the invaluable lesson that true companionship is found in Allah alone. When you turn your heart to Him, the distractions fade away and peace envelops you. Because the safest place in the world is not in a crowd or even among friends. It is in the prostration where you lay your heart before the one who sees your pain, hears your silent prayers, and loves you unconditionally. Stop trying to be understood by everyone. Your purpose is too sacred for that. Your journey is too divine to be shared with everyone. Trust that Allah's divine redirection is always for your benefit. He is preparing you for something greater, something more aligned with His mercy, His love, and His divine plan. The process might hurt, but it's shaping you into a stronger, more sincere servant. So, what can you do today? Begin to choose your company wisely. Not every handshake or social gathering deserves your energy or your heart. Protect your peace by surrounding yourself only with those who remind you of Allah, who strengthen your faith, and who see your worth beyond superficial appearances. Limit your interactions with those who drain your spirit and increase your connection with Allah. Make remembrance, gratitude, and seeking forgiveness a daily act. These small acts will anchor you amidst the chaos of the world and fill your heart with tranquility. And if you ever feel lonely or unseen, remember that Allah sees everything you carry. He listens to your silent du'as. He understands your exhaustion and your longing for genuine connection. And most importantly, He rewards those who remain silent for His sake, trusting that His plan is always better than ours. Your silence might be more powerful in the eyes of Allah than 1,000 words. It might be the act of worship that He loves most. This silence, this withdrawal, this distance, these are not signs of weakness. They are signs of strength. They are signs that Allah is preparing you for what's truly meant for you. Sometimes the greatest mercy is in what He takes away, because it opens space for His divine blessings. Your heartbreak, your confusion, your pain, they are all part of His divine plan to elevate you, to purify you, and to bring you closer to His mercy. And so, I urge you, do not resist this divine redirection. Do not see it as rejection. See it as Allah's way of protecting what is sacred, your faith, your peace, your connection with Him. Remember, the most valuable companionship is the one you find in moments of solitude with Allah. When you turn your face to Him in prostration and dua and in reflection, you find the comfort, the strength, and the reassurance that no worldly connection can provide. Finally, I want to leave you with a heartfelt plea. If this message resonates with you, if it stirs something deep within, then comment, "I love Allah," below. Because your declaration is a sign of your sincere intention to prioritize what truly matters. It's a reminder that no matter how much the world changes, your love for Allah remains your anchor. It's a declaration that you trust His plan even when it hurts, even when it's confusing. It's a way of joining hands with others who seek His pleasure and protection. Remember, You are never alone in this journey. Allah sees your silent battles, hears your whispered du'as, and rewards your patience and trust. The peace you seek isn't found in the approval of people or in superficial relationships. It's found in your connection with Allah, in your sincere surrender, and in your unwavering love for Him. So, embrace the silence. Cherish the solitude. Trust that every removal, every heartbreak, and every moment of loneliness is a part of Allah's divine mercy. Because in that quiet space, your heart is being prepared for something far greater, something that will purify your soul, elevate your faith, and bring you the eternal happiness that only Allah can grant. Don't forget to comment, "I love Allah," below, because your words, your faith, and your trust in His mercy can inspire others and strengthen the entire community. Together, let's walk this journey of healing, faith, and self-awareness. Let's recognize that true protection and happiness are found in Allah alone. And always remember, the safest place in this world is in the prostration where you surrender your heart completely to the one who never leaves or forsakes His servant. May Allah guide us all to be sincere, patient, and trusting in His divine plan. May He fill our hearts with His love and protect us from the whispers of Shaitan and the distractions of this dunya. And may He grant us the strength to let go of what no longer benefits us, so we can embrace what truly elevates us in His sight. Wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.